Wendy Williams. Makers get serious about rough insight. Makers of the Where Could Wendy Williams Be? Lifetime narrative are standing in opposition to their experience shooting. Cooperating with Wendy consistently for barely a year was profoundly close to home for the people engaged with the venture. Now and again, makers needed to inquire as to whether it was suitable to keep the cameras rolling. Keep perusing to see what imprint Portage and others associated with shooting the docuseries needed to say regarding the rough insight. Recording the lifetime narrative made a big difference for Wendy Williams. Maker imprint Portage said, "At one point, we were more stressed over what might occur assuming we quit shooting than if we proceeded. At one point while recording, obviously the cameras gave Wendy motivation to get up in the first part of the day. She was glad to see them each day that they appeared. Wendy cherished it when the cameras came to the entryway. It gave her motivation to get up in the first part of the day. I think you see that," Portage told The Hollywood Reporter. He proceeded, "We eventually realized that we have the control and we can simply not air this on the off chance that it can't be moved into a positive, recovering heading for her where we can help Wendy and ideally others." Passage uncovered that the disclosure in regards to the purpose for the docuseries became clear a lot later during the time spent shooting. In the end, the creation group would have liked to arrive at huge number of families in America who may be going through exactly the same thing. The main distinction among them and Wendy is that they don't have a tremendous stage to acquire consideration. In general, it became vital to share Wendy's story and what can befall somebody who is set under court-named guardianship. Makers didn't maintain that Wendy's enduring should be to no end. Portage said that the family and the makers were totally left pondering, shouldn't there be someone here on a more regular basis? Shouldn't there be someone updating a cooler and keeping an eye on her consistently? Those things were not generally occurring. Notwithstanding endeavors to contact Wendy's gatekeeper all through the shooting system, makers couldn't contact her. Wendy Williams' director, Will Selby, took care of what little correspondence there was between Sabrina Morrissey, gatekeeper, and the Lifetime team. Whenever they attempted to connect, they were either hung up on or addressed in an undesirable way. Like whatever other undertaking, there were troublesome days. Portage shared that there is a plenty of film that won't ever be seen by people in general. Tragically, Wendy Williams didn't get to see the venture before it circulated either. Normally, they would have needed to show Wendy the docuseries before it went out on Lifetime. In any case, shooting wrapped the day they appeared and Wendy was no longer there. She was put in a consideration office and the group was not generally given admittance to her. That being said, Portage said that Wendy and her supervisor both said something regarding what they needed shot and what they didn't. Many individuals have addressed whether the narrative is manipulative of Wendy Williams' circumstance. Only 2 days before the doc broadcasted in Lifetime, her consideration group delivered insight about her authority analysis. Assuming it was realized that Wendy had dementia, cameras might have never rolled. Simultaneously, reporting the excursion made it with the goal that the languishing wasn't all over nothing. Dementia is a treacherous sickness, correct? It's precarious, Portage said. You're not entirely certain what's happening. Thus, you're ready to see this excursion of revelation across these 4 hours, and I in all actuality do trust individuals stay with it as far as possible, since then you'll see what the goal eventually became, which was that Wendy's misery and the family's enduring isn't to no end.